when my son was born, right? Son, I'm going to talk to you, not them. See, when you were born, when you were in my tummy, even when I realised I was pregnant with you, I was only 3 months after having Rhea, right? And she was tiny, just past the newborn stage. And I was starting to feel sick when your dad ate noodles. Well, Thomas, when he ate noodles, right? And I was puking up, and I was like, my goodness, and his face went green. He was like, are you pregnant? But I don't know how it could have happened. Anyway, I started big belly, and it was like, I'd had 3 girls, and I knew it was a boy. Your bones were like trunks in my tummy, you know, and you didn't move too much. The girls were always moving and pokey wee elbows and that, but you were just sitting there like, I'm coming, you know. And as soon as I was going into labour, I didn't want to leave the house. We were living in Braemar Street because it was such a beautiful house. The girls were in bed. I thought, I can do this on my own. And, but, you know, them family were pushing me to the hospital, right? And as soon as I got in the hospital, it was a nice dark room, and I only had like 3 hours in the hospital before I gave birth to you. And I was actually nearly giving birth in the car, right? Because we were in a kind of Jeep. And I had to stick my head out of the roof. You know, the thing on the roof. Because I couldn't sit down because it was coming that much. You were coming. So my head's out the roof as we were pulling up to the hospital. And I'm puffing and puffing. And we got in. And as soon as you came out, my goodness, son, it was like, boo, boo, boo. Just elbows and this hair on your back, and you put your arms behind your head to sleep. You know, as soon as you were born, you looked at me with one eye at the right as if, is my mum cool? She's cool. And you must have seen the size of my smile. Every second you've been alive has been such a delight for me, because, you know, when you've got a precious baby as well, and you've got other precious babies, it's like, how can you protect them? And then now you know you've got a son to protect them as well. And, you know, and then you were just so popular, like Hercules amongst ants, you know. And you made me laugh so much because you stumped everybody because you were so clever. And they used to call you the Hulk and the Monsters Inc. and everything, honestly. But you outshined people when you were so young, you know. We were in a Jehovah's Witness meeting, and there was a woman gossiping, and you put your hand over her mouth and you said to her, don't gossip. You know, and you're only about a year and a half in my arms. And you caught me smoking once when Thomas left me. I was stressed, and you were like, put that cigarette out, Mum. And I did it, and you were only 5, you know. And anyway, I'll start crying if I keep talking about that space in between. But then see, when I heard your voice as a man, oh my goodness, I'm speechless. So from now to eternity, the speechless will carry on, and eternity will hear in this speechlessness how much I'm in love with you as my son, my only son, you know. And you know, when Ollie's dad, when he saw you, you were using a dummy, but you weren't putting it in your mouth, you were doing it inside out. You were doing a weird thing with a dummy, right? And he said to you, Sebastian, you're a big boy, and you grabbed it out your mouth and hid it. Like, yeah, you're right, I am, you know. And that, to me, that's a dad, you know. It's sad to say it, but your dad showed you manly, and, you know, that's why you follow it. I mean, I'm talking about Tony, you know, I'm not talking about the other one. I'm talking about it's who makes you grow as your father. That's what a father means, isn't it? To father you is to grow, help you grow. But it looks like in all the pictures you've been helping Thomas grow, and he should respect you for that, you know. He might, I'm just saying, you know, I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep talking, but the moral of the story is, you're a winner. You won. Hallelujah. I bless you with all my heart. I'm so in love I could burst through my head. Honestly. Like, I'm so in love. I don't care what anyone says. No one loves their son more than I love my son. It's never going to happen. It never will happen. You are a product of perfection. a dream, divinity, my Prince of Peace. You are the United Nations. We need you, come.